Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Network Merchandise Shop. Pick up your logo merchandise by heading over to abvnetwork.com, clicking on Shop, and start filling your basket today. We are also sponsored by the Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers a fully customizable carrying case that allows you to take your favorite distilled spirits or cocktail ingredients with you. Whether you're looking for something for yourself, a customized gift, or logoed items for your business gift shop, the Bar to Go can help. Check them out at thebar2go.com. That's the number 2 in the Bar to Go. Don't forget our friends at Neely Family Distillery now ship their unique distilled spirits directly to you. To order yours, simply call 859-394-3258. Tell them the ABV Network sent you. And now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today, we have the greatest show that's ever been made. It's the Tommy Bahama Bourbon Review. As you know, I am into the Tommy Bahama brand. It's my chance to try the bourbon that they make. Should be a fun show. Joining me, my name is Steve Akley. Joining me is Jim Fasnacht and Scott Creighton. Hey guys, what's going on?
How we doing, Steve?
Good. Oh, this is my Super Bowl today. This is it. Yes. My whole life is built up to this moment.
If they don't ask you to be a representative for them, if you are not the face of Tommy Bahama Bourbon, something's
not right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
I've done this for years. Not any sort of company. I have no affiliation with Tommy. I don't know anybody that works for the organization Tommy Bahama. Now, our good friends at Sazerac, of course, having this brand. It's pretty cool stuff. It's been a brand that's been around for a while. I haven't tried it, and here's why. You know, bourbon is such a unique thing. And so many people, when they get into bourbon, don't respect it like we do. Like if we were starting a brand, there would be such great respect and want to put out the best thing possible. And I think for some companies, it's an opportunity to make some money. They don't necessarily respect the brand itself. Tommy Bahama, a very quality brand, you would expect that they should have some of the best bourbon out there. So this is going to be fun today to see if it lives up to the brand. I do like the fact that the backing, Sazerac being involved is really a cool thing. I think moving forward, it'll be interesting to see how the brand itself evolves, but we're going to be trying what they have out there today, which, of course, is a source whiskey. There's no Tommy Bahama distillery or anything like that. They're not making this whiskey, so it'll be fun to taste where they're at now, and then, of course, we'll have an idea of kind of where the quality is and where they're going to be at in the future. So, good stuff, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Do you guys own a Tommy Bahama shirt?
I own a few of them.
All right, nice.
Actually, you'd have loved it. When my niece got married, I guess 4 years ago now, it was a Tommy Bahama wedding. So it was on the beach at Sanibel Island, and everybody had to be dressed in Tommy Bahama.
Okay, so there's a cool guy. What about you, Scott?
I have none of
What is going on? What is going on?
Hold on. I have four pairs of their slacks.
Okay.
Which those 3 black ones that I wore at Total Wine for 3 years, I wore out.
I am shocked that he owns
comfortable.
I'm shocked you own 4 pairs of slacks. You use your shorts in the dead of winter.
I am in shorts all the time. But when I had to work for Total Wine,
you had to wear pants.
I had to wear pants, and they were the most comfortable pants.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay.
I've got 3 pairs of black and 1 kind of stone-colored pants.
Okay. Now, normally your normal, Tommy Bahama's part of my personal branding. I don't know that Jim has a brand. He's just a normal guy. He wears what normal dudes wear, I would say. Now, Scott, I would say you do have a brand because in the wintertime, you've got that look going. What you wear shorts, like soccer shorts, and what's those boots you wear with the shorts?
Oh, the winter ones with the lamb's wool.
Yeah. Well, plus, this is a look. I don't think it's a good one. It's a look. It's not necessarily a good one.
As long as the ankles are worn, everything else is cool.
Then he'll wear a long sleeve thin shirt with a like a quilted vest. At no point in my life am I ever like, you know what? My core is really cold, but my arms and legs are hot. Like I don't understand. Like it's 10 degrees out, and you've got shorts on, and then a down vest.
First time I saw that was at your old store, Jim. Now, Scott wasn't working. He wasn't allowed to wear that while working. But he was there visiting. And I was getting ready to call you and say, we got a homeless guy situation in the bourbon aisle. But it turns out it's Scott. He turns around like, whoa, wait a minute, that's Scott.
Well, the boots are sorrels. Sorrels.
Okay.
They're great for the mountains and they're great for the Great Plains.
Yes.
So there you go. Yeah. Scott's got a look going. That's what it is. He's in his sorrels.
He's homeless chic.
Homeless chic. That's right. Ready to fly fish at any moment's notice.
All right. Well, let's do it. Let's try a cork pop here, and we'll take it out to break on that. We'll try this after the break. So we've got Tommy Bahama bourbon whiskey here, and I would say one of the coolest things about it that fits their branding is it has a glass cork that is really awesome. It's got the marlin incorporated into it, which is part of their logo, and I think it's a neat thing. Let's see what we get in cork pop. Here we go. And I've opened this multiple times. I'm not expecting a lot, but let's see what happens.
Well, there we go.
Yeah, you hear the glass. You hear the glass. Yeah, it's like the cork's a keepsake, which is kind of cool. So I love the branding. Every once in a while, you get a shirt that has a marlin button on the bottom. That's one thing you want to look for. My shirt I'm wearing today is a Tommy Bahama. It doesn't have a marlin button on the bottom, but they do that from time to time. They do these cool little branding things that if you're into the brand, you find this stuff out. And I think that cork matches what they do with their regular branding. So that's a good start.
The bottle is beautiful. I'm always surprised that companies don't put any effort into their bottle.
Yeah.
Because I can't tell you the amount of time being in the business that people buy how something looks first.
We're staring at one. We're not going to say what it is. We're staring at one next to it that there's no branding at all.
Right. And the juice is probably significantly better in it. But if you're putting out a new brand, if you have a bottle that catches the eye or a label that catches the eye, somebody might try it just for that reason. And then if you have good juice inside there, then they're going to keep buying it.
Right.
Yeah. So there you go.
Yep.
With that, we're going to take a quick break. And then when we come back, we're going to be trying this. We'll see what it's all about. We'll be trying Tommy Bahama bourbon in just a few. Talk to you soon. Hello, this is Steve Akley, owner of the ABV Network, and let's talk for a moment about our sponsors, the people that make this show happen. First up is our friends at Moonshine University. In 2017, I completed my Executive Bourbon Steward certification at their office in Louisville. The information I learned through lead instructor Colin Blake and their team there is something that I continue to draw upon frequently in my role at the ABV Network. It truly is the standard of establishing a benchmark of knowledge of the bourbon industry. From history to production to brands and people, it's all there. Check out their full listing of programs, including Executive Bourbon Steward certification, production classes if you're considering starting a distillery, and much more at moonshineuniversity.com. I also want to talk about Neely Family Distillery. Back in May of 2018, I met Royce Neely at Limestone Branch's Craft Bourbon Festival. It ended up not only being the start of a great friendship, I started to truly learn about what makes craft whiskey so amazing. You see, I had been a bourbon drinker for over 30 years at that point, and like many people who had been drinking bourbon a long time, I was hard-coded into thinking big bourbon was where it was at and craft was on a journey to get there. Spending time with Royce and learning the things he does to make his whiskey taste better started to really get me to appreciate how things like sweet mashing, open top fermentation, pot distillation, and the grains you are using not only makes your product taste better coming off the still, but also out of the barrel as well. I still love heritage brands and they make up a bulk of my collection. But when you find a craft distiller that is truly dedicated to the craft of distilling, you are drinking some of the best whiskey out there on the market today. That's exactly what's happening at Neely Family Distillery today. Check them out on the web at neelyfamilydistillery.com, or better yet, stop by and see them at their distillery in Sparta, Kentucky. And now, back to the show.
Scott Pinkowski loves the Bourbon Daily.
But can I have a kiss?
No. That doesn't work.
All right, everybody, welcome back. My name is Steve Akley. We've got somebody weed whacking in the background, which is nice. I'm joined by Jim Fasnacht and Scott Creighton, my buddies here from St. Louis. And I'll say this. I cut my own grass and do all that, and it's for this reason. This stuff is pretty much dormant right now, but if you're paying for a service, let me tell you something. They're going to be there every week because they're getting paid every week.
Exactly.
Whether you need it or not, that's what I hate about lawn services and that. I feel like they're just taking advantage.
They're milking you.
Yeah.
They're definitely.
Yeah, if I found a lawn service that'd be like, Steve, we'll come to your house and we'll cut your grass if it needs it. That's the lawn service I would sign up for, but they're not that way.
I have an acre and a half of grass. It's my one kind of vice, to myself.
Yeah.
Like Pleasure, yeah. Like I let them come and cut it. So it's
You're a sinner.
No.
I've got an acre and I mow it all.
No.
You ever, this year was different than others because it was a very wet summer. Usually it rained a lot. Usually, though, but by late July and August, the grass isn't even growing. It literally kind of goes dormant because it's so hot. It wasn't the case this year. But I'll tell you what, when I see these lawn services come in and running a lawnmower over grass that's not even growing, I'm like, oh my gosh, you're just throwing money away.
True.
I had the best deal ever on my lawn service, so it's hard. They've never raised my rates. I pay $110 a month. I can't. There's no way I could. I'd have to go buy a riding lawnmower for $5,000. I mean, how many years worth of mowing is that? Maintenance and everything else. So it's a hard
until you're 87. Jim.
It's like 4 guys come out, 2 on the Skag mowers and 2 with weed eaters, and they're off my lawn in 15 minutes. It's fantastic. So.
Yeah, there you go.
I'll take it.
Now, Scott, you don't have a lawn service. I know you work a lot out in your yard, so I would assume there's no lawn service involved.
Well, when you're unemployed, you have time to do this.
But you've got a great yard. Scott has. Scott's got. He lives in a park, basically.
Yes. That's literally what we said when we lived in South City.
Right.
We had your typical postage stamp, and then we moved to Webster and bought a park.
Yeah,
it's literally there's
old oak growth,
25 mature oak trees.
Yeah,
it's beautiful
on site.
Yeah.
So.
If the 3 of us ever started a distillery, we're going to go start taking down some of those trees.
Yeah.
The next time I bring down a white oak, I will not be chopping it up for firewood.
Right.
I will be selling that off.
We need to air season that stuff. And,
Yeah, exactly. All right, let's get to our Tommy Bahama bourbon here. What do you think on the nose here, gentlemen? I mean,
it's
you've got some grain notes. You've got
a little bit of ethanol.
It's 4 years. You've also so which is nice. 4 years on a sourced whiskey is nice.
Right.
But yeah, you've got those. You've got a little bit from the baking aisle, I think there, and a little sweet note there too.
Little sweetness.
Yeah.
But
it's coming from the corn, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely a young.
All right, let's see what we got on taste. That's the most important thing. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
All right. This one comes in at, what's the proof?
93.
93 proof.
93, 4 years old.
4 years old. It's got, it has a surprising lingering finish to it. It's definitely sweet up front, kind of yields to, some oak profiles, and it kind of finishes on yet another kind of sweet note to me. Kind of, from the bakery aisle.
It's surprisingly viscous too for something that young. There, it's got good legs on it, but it's got some great mouthfeel to it for, for that age there.
Not too hot.
No,
not too light.
No,
yeah.
It's I don't know what the price point is, but it's definitely one you can buy and share.
It's a very sippable bourbon, I think.
Yeah.
I feel like that's where it lands, which is good. I mean, that's a great compliment. It's not, when you say it's a cocktail bourbon, that's one that you're intentionally then trying to mask some flavor.
Right.
Maybe it's strong in some ways that you can pull through a cocktail. This is not. To me, this is a drinking bourbon, which is nice.
That second sip's even better. It opens up a little more there. For 4 years, it's got some complexity to it, which is kind of unusual in that age. So
Scott's trying to add some water here. We'll see what happens. It's very precision.
Oops. He's shaky-handed.
Yeah.
Thank God he's not doing surgery.
A lot of coffee.
But no, I'm pleasantly surprised. It's
Tommy Bahama is doing it right. And again, we'll see what happens here. Sazerac being involved. I think long term, this is a brand to watch out for.
Wow.
Yeah.
What a drop in. Mm-hmm. Brings those oils right up to the front, up to the top, intentionally.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's good. I'm definitely enjoying it. Happy that Tommy Bahama has come up with a brand that kind of lives up to what they're doing in their apparel line. And, of course, they're a whole lifestyle brand. You can buy Tommy Bahama couches, beds, lawn furniture. Pretty much you name it, Tommy Bahama has it. So there you go.
That's got a nice hug going down.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
It absolutely does.
There's nothing wrong with that at all.
There's room enough on this label for your face, Steve.
Yeah, I think they can squeeze that in there.
Yeah.
All the ficus, and then here's Steve.
You can
Steve.
Tommy Bahama shirt.
It could be like, where's Waldo? You got to find Steve on the label. He's buried in the flowers.
I think they should do a shirt that matches the what's going on in the bottle there. So that would be a cool thing. I would definitely buy that. You can check out more, again, CoralKDistilling.com, CORALCAY Distilling.com. That's where Tommy Bahama has all their spirits information. So they do some rum and maybe some other spirits as well. Of course, they own restaurants and bars and stuff like that, so I'm sure they serve that stuff there. But check them out, and I'm very pleasantly surprised, very happy. In fact, I'm sorry I avoided it for so many years, worried that it wouldn't live up to the quality standards. I think it does.
At 93 proof. Yeah, that's
solid.
Nice.
Yeah, very nice.
It's very nice.
Hopefully they'll sell some barrel picks. We might have a place for those to go potentially.
That would be awesome.
That would be awesome, yeah.
Steve's face goes right on it.
If they announce they're doing barrel picks, believe me, we will get one. And yes, it'll be featured. They've come to the right place for sure. And if they do them, they should do it with us first. Right?
That's right.
Yes.
That's right. We're giving them love.
There you go. All right. Well, we'll wrap this one up as we always do by talking about where people can find us. Scott, we'll start with you. Where can people find you?
On Instagram, Red Devil 85 and Above Average Pour.
All right, Jim.
You can find me on Facebook at Jim Fazan or on Instagram at FazJim, FAZZJIM.
All right, for me, I'm an easy guy to find. I'm at Steve Akley on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. I've got a website, steveakley.com, but the company website is abvnetwork.com. That's the one you got to check out. All of our shop is out there. We put all of our previous shows. We've got about 3,000 shows out there for you to listen to. So much more, abvnetwork.com. Also, be sure to check us out on YouTube. That's an area that the company has been growing. We set out this year with a goal to grow that. We started out with 0 followers on YouTube, and I think the last count we have about 1,100 and counting. Nice. So check us out on YouTube, Bourbon Sasquatch. All right, we'll wrap this one up, as we always do, by saying goodbye.
How do you say goodbye?
Goodbye. All right, we'll have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Take care, everybody.
Cheers.
See ya. Cheers.
Cheers.
Peace. Before we finish the show, let's chat for a moment about Moonshine Still Pro. Moonshine Still Pro has a full line of products to help the home distiller. Whether you just want to experiment on a small scale on the stove in your kitchen or try your hand at a bigger setup in the backyard, Moonshine Still Pro can help. They have different still offerings as well as accessories and even grains from Goldstone Mill to help you make whiskey on par with what you get from your favorite distillery. They can even assist with a DIY still project by supplying some of the parts you can't make yourself. Check them out at moonshinestillpro.com. At the ABV Network, we're lucky enough to have some great friends. Amongst those friends is the Goldstein family, owners of Goldstone Mill. Goldstone Mill is a full-service mill offering a variety of heritage and heirloom grains. Their unique approach of working with mills around the country allows them to offer you affordable shipping opportunities to meet the unique needs of your distillery or brewery. They will consult with you to ensure the grains you are selecting meets the unique flavor profiles you are looking for. If you are a home brewer or distiller and you're looking for the grains that your local distillery or brewery uses, Goldstone Mill is the place to look. Check them out on the web at goldstonemill.com, call them at 217-254-6613, or shoot them an email at hello@goldstonemill.com.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akley production.